everyone, welcome back to Traffic Jam. The Trump administration has recently been boasting of applying pressure to sex traffickers at home and overseas, with much talk of persecution, prosecution, and a tremendous track record. For the most part, the presidential attention to this problem is beneficial to the cause. Unfortunately, all of this talk may be just that, talk. Studies show that the administration is actually making it harder for victims to find help and prosecuting fewer human traffickers than previous ones. Many protections given to human trafficking victims have been dismantled under the administration, and only 146 federal charges were brought against traffickers in 2019, whereas in the last year of the Obama administration, or 2016, there were 204. There was even speculation that money was taken from beneficial anti-trafficking nonprofits to go into less serious organizations, such as Hookers for Jesus. Foreign women and children who have been trafficked into America have received special visas, but the number of these visas that are issued has decreased from 748 in 2016 to a mere 500, and wait times for these visas are 3 to 4 times longer. Trafficking victims that aren't able to receive these visas face deportation. One of the main shortcomings of the efforts to combat trafficking in America is that the main focus is on prosecuting the traffickers instead of preventing the issue before it starts. For example, the National Academies of Sciences, Engineering, and Medicine propose a roadmap to combat child poverty, which is a large contributing factor to human trafficking. This roadmap was overlooked by the administration and brushed under the rug. Many leaders in the fight to stop trafficking have grown angry with the lack of effort and sensitivity from the government when it comes to this issue. Part of this anger stems from the words of Trump himself when describing the experiences of trafficked persons, oversimplifying the situation in what they felt were lurid terms, disrespecting survivors of horrid situations. These anti-trafficking leaders also believe that the efforts being made by the Trump administrations are nothing more than PR stunts to increase favorability. This would be particularly unfortunate if it were true, because this is one of the rare problems where Democrats and Republicans work together to combat it. In my opinion, I believe that whether the policies being implemented by the administration are for publicity or actuality doesn't even really matter, because we've seen efforts made by the federal government to combat human trafficking fail terribly, such as the White Slave Act of 1910, which I discussed in a previous video. If the president's administrations cannot make effective strategies to combat sex trafficking, then we may have to look elsewhere for help. If states began passing their own human trafficking laws, not only would they be more efficient, but more effective as well. These laws would be tailored to each state specifically, and that would allow for more accurate laws for everyone. In theory, this would mean more protection for those in danger of being or who have already been trafficked, as well as more prosecution for those responsible for trafficking incidents. If we don't rely on the White House to solve all of our problems, we may be able to implement real change within the country and gradually end the trafficking fight for good. That's all for this week, guys. See you next week on Traffic Jam.